Hey guys, it's Monday evening here in the Philippines, so you know what time it is. It's time for us to do our premium car unboxing, and tonight we have Italian supercars from Mini GT. And also, I kind of switched my diorama around a little bit because I had some people asking me like what was in front of the building and such. They were wondering what this was. I guess it can be whatever your imagination wants it to be. I'm going to say it's like a gas reserve because this is supposedly like an old shop that you would find out on Route 66 in the middle of nowhere in the desert. So gas stations may have been like hundreds of miles away, so they have their own gas reserve. Something like that. Or it could be a water tank, whatever your imagination wants it to be. And then we have our old gas pumps mounted to the front of the building with an old Pontiac sign and a leaky 55-gallon drum, an old wheel and tire just thrown off to the side to kind of give it that authentic look, and then some like burnout tire marks and where a car may have been leaking oil over here, and that could be oil from the drum. Like I said, wherever your imagination wants to take it. But yeah, this is the front viewpoint. It's kind of going to give me a little bit different, I guess you could say, background for my pictures that I take for Instagram. Once again, if you guys haven't started following me on Instagram, remember to do so. I take a lot of like scenic diorama shots that are really cool. Also give people like a heads up of like what I'm going to have in video, so you'll get some sneak peeks there too. So anyways, back to our topic of the evening, Mini GT Italian supercars. We have 4 from Lamborghini and 1 from Pagani. Let's start with the Pagani since we only have one of them. This is their latest supercar after the Zonda. I've always loved the Zonda. This one, I can't even really pronounce that well. This is the Huayra, I believe, is how you would pronounce this. I've heard a few different versions of like how people pronounce this, but I'm going to say Huayra Roadster is how I'm pronouncing it. So let's get him out and get a better look at him. And also they're saying blue Francia. This is, well, I'll let you guys be the judge. I was going to say it's like a medium blue, kind of like a sapphire blue metallic, something like that. Maybe a little darker than sapphire, but very nice blue. So, as always, Mini GT never disappoints. And very cool looking car. And this is, as I said, like a blue metallic, like medium blue metallic. And I said I could even call it like maybe sapphire blue. But as you can see, they didn't miss any details, accurate wheels. I'm not a fan of these Pagani wheels. Like the rear ones I am. The front ones I don't know why. I guess they're just too narrow for my taste. And they have that reversed, not even a reverse offset. They almost kind of are like coming out a little bit instead of being like flush. They're actually a little protruded, but not too bad. Anyways, still a very beautiful car. And then, as always, I guess one of their trademarks, their rubber mirrors, so they don't break easily. And this would be one that would definitely break easily. Let's spin him around and get a look at the front of him. Sorry, guys, about the focus and unfocusing thing. But the front of this car reminds me of an insect, and you're looking at it head on. With those like mirrors that stick up like that, they remind me of like the antennas of like an ant or something, and the little headlights look like insect eyes, where sometimes insects have multiple eyes or something. So that's what this Pagani reminds me of with these mirrors and such at the front view. It just reminded me of like an insect look. But a very cool looking car. Spin him around to the passenger side. They got the emblems right. The side skirts, which I think are carbon fiber. Then any like little chrome stainless trim. Even like around the dash, or not around the dash, but around the windshield. You have like the carbon fiber, which is very nice. Then the headlights are acrylic. They're not tampos. And then the tail lights also are like, now these may be paint, I'm not sure on this, on the tail lights of this car, but still yet they're highly detailed. Yeah, I think those are painted in that little pod, but very nicely detailed. The trademark Pagani exhaust in the center with all 4 pipes there, just like the Zonda had. And then you flip her up to get a look at the rear part. It's got that cover, like a little clear area where you can see the engine a little bit, and then the interior cockpit is very nicely detailed. The dash, everything. It's got the cluster pod like mounted to the column, and then you can see the steering wheel has like that silver insert. Very nicely done, and if you turn it this way, you get a better look at the seats. They're like a racing bucket. You can even see the stitching in the seats and everything. So very nicely done. The only area where they slacked on detail, but then again, I don't know how these cars truly look underneath, but I would imagine that they're not that flat. But I would say there's some kind of detail. I would say the whole undercarriage is not an inspection cover. But anyways, still, I mean, it's not bad though. The parts that count that you're going to be seeing, like in a display case, are spot on. The body lines, the emblems, the wheels, the interior, everything screams perfection. So they did a heck of a job on this car. So let's move along to our Lamborghinis. So first one we'll do is the stock one, because all the other ones are Liberty Walks. This is a stock Lamborghini Huracan EVO, and this is done in our Rancio Borealis. And this I would just call Candy Tangerine, because it's exactly what it looks like. Once I get it out of the box, you'll see what I mean. A lot of guys used to run Candy Tangerine on old like ISCA show cars and gassers back in the 70s and 80s and even in the 60s, but it was a very popular color, and that's exactly what this color reminds me of. Maybe a little bit on the light side, but depending on what your base was with the candy, if it was silver or gold, it would totally change the shade. So this would be like Candy Tangerine over a silver base is what it looks like to me. But as you can see, it's gorgeous paint. Absolutely love this color. And even on this one with the big mirrors, still rubber, which is great. Because as I said, somebody like me that like fondles their cars a lot to take pictures and put them in different spots and dioramas and such really needs these rubber mirrors, because I would break them off. Actually, I had a white Mini GTR a long time ago, well, 2 years ago, where I accidentally broke the mirror off when I was taking pictures of it. So anyways, it happens even with the rubber ones. So this car, as you can see, is highly detailed too. And this is a left-hand drive. Yeah, left-hand drive. Acrylic lenses for the headlights. Or at least separate pieces. I don't know if they're painted like plastic or if they are acrylic. But still, very nicely done. And then the acrylic tail lights back here, the Lamborghini emblem. Once again, the clear window over the engine bay. Very cool. There you go, better focus. So very detailed in there. And then the wheels are magnificent. They did a heck of a job with the wheels in this car too. Undercarriage, once again, is a little bit bland, but it does have a little more detail and definition than the Pagani, but not much, but still, as I said, what matters is beautifully detailed. So let's move along to the Liberty Walk version. And this is the Huracan GT. I would say it's similar to the Evo. I'm not sure. And this is in Rosso Mars is the color. So it's a very cool car. The rear spoiler on this one kind of reminds me of a shark. Like, you'll see what I mean once we get it out. It's got like a fin going down the center of the car, then attaching to the high-rise like wing on the back. So there you are. As you could see what I was talking about, it's like a fin that goes into this raised wing. Very cool car. The wide body, the black Liberty Walk Forgiato rims, I think. I don't know if they deal with Forgiato or Forgiato, however you pronounce it, as like they do, or not do, but did on the Aventador, and I'll point that out later when we get to those guys. But these wheels are cool, but since they're black, it's hard to get all the details where you can really appreciate them, but still really cool. And the front of this car looks evil. It just looks like a face that is growling with like two big fangs. It just looks really cool. And it's got like a carbon fiber roof plate. And this one, it looks to be right-hand drive. So this would be the Euro release Huracan. So really a badass looking car. Blue tailpipe tips, which is kind of cool too. And then once again, very bland chassis. But hey, as I said, what matters is the body and interior. So they did a great job with it. And then this also, rear tail lights are like a red acrylic. So really cool. Now let's move along to the Aventador. And what's cool about this Aventador, excuse me, I had to get a drink of water there, guys. Sorry about that. And now this Aventador is the same color as their first release GTR. And this is the first release Aventador. Even the box is the same color, same design as the GTR. I don't have that car anymore, but if you do, this would be a great pair for some photo ops. So let's get him out and get a look at him. And this car is beautiful. I don't even know how else to say it. I love this car. I like the black one that we're going to do last a little better than this turquoise, but still yet this turquoise is very, very nice too. And this body kit is really killer on this car. The wheels are beautiful. You can't really appreciate all the details because they're black. Once we get the black car out with the gold wheels, you'll be able to see them much better. But yeah, the wide body on the Aventador looks really cool. And moving along to the front, this is also, and these are acrylic. You can definitely feel them. And as I said, on the Huracan, it's more than just a decal. It's like maybe a plastic insert, but maybe colored plastic. But this is like clear acrylic on these with something underneath it. So left-hand drive, American release. Once again, they're typical rubber mirrors to prevent you from breaking them very easily. The base on this one is a lot more detailed than the other supercars. It has some definition of like where maybe there's inspection covers or something like that. So it does give you a little more detail on the base of the Aventador. And smoked engine cover, and if we get it in the right light, you could see some of the engine details. Not much, but they're there. This is like what I call like the IRL spoiler, the race, like the Indy Racing League type spoiler, because it has those rear mounts that come up from the back of the car. It's not like your high wing or ducktail. This actually has rear mounting brackets like an IndyCar wing. Once again, on this one, it has the red acrylic taillight lenses. Very cool. Detailed exhaust tips like all of them have. So very nice car. So let's get our last, but definitely not least, because this is one of my favorites, this black one. Unfortunately, the box got damaged in shipping, but the goods was not damaged, and that's all that matters to me because I'm an opener. So let's get him out and get a closer look. And as I said, with this one, you can see the details of the wheels to appreciate them a little bit more. Oh yeah, and I forgot to point that out about the wheel thing. So on this one, as you can see on the windshield here, Forgiato, it's a wheel company. I'm not sure. I think they're the ones that collaborate with Liberty Walk to make the wheels for these cars. So very, very cool looking wheels. And the body kit on this. Now on the blue one, it's easier to see the details of the body kit, but the black, it's kind of like blended into the body. But the body lines on the blue one you can see a little bit better. And this is also left-hand drive, US base release. So very cool car. And I forgot to point out these Lamborghini emblems are highly detailed too. Spoiler with Liberty Walk Performance. Very cool. Trying to get it to focus a little better. Been having issues with that today. But as you can see, the detail of the acrylic red lens, very nice. Very cool car. So this is a car that I really, really like. So guys, this is it for our supercar unboxing today. Hope you enjoyed it. And on Wednesday, that will be our iconic 100th episode. And we will still be doing our chase cars, but it will be a little bit different. We'll be unboxing one, but we'll be taking a look at some of the others that we've unboxed over the past 100 episodes, kind of to pay like homage to them, I guess you could say. So anyways, we'll be doing that on Wednesday. If you have not subscribed yet, please remember to do so. Please remember to give me a thumbs up. Please remember to share. And I do appreciate all of you guys watching and subscribing. So I will see you guys on Wednesday for our 100th episode celebration. And we're getting very close to our 1,000 subscriber mark too. I think we're at about almost 950 at the moment. So thank you guys for your support. Really appreciate it. I will talk to you on Wednesday. Have a great start to your week.